Okay, so this was a presentation I did today, just a few minutes ago. What we do is we live stream some information directly to the resident apartments, directly to their own channel on the TV. And what I meant to do was film my presentation of this, and I always forget. So just wanted to do a quick video so that way I can kind of give these resources to anyone else who needs this, anyone who works with seniors, older adults, or anyone who may not have tuned in, and I can send this to you. So what I put together was some things that people can do who are starting to get a little stir crazy. Now I did a little presentation on intellectual wellness. This is a dimension of wellness that the International Council of Active Aging has stated is what all humans need, not just older adults. But instead of focusing just on your physical health right now, you still need to focus on your cognitive health. And that's a little bit different than emotional health. So cognitive or intellectual wellness really is about mentally stimulating activities, so keeping the brain active. Just a few reasons why you should stimulate your brain. So now these dimensions of wellness do cross over each other. So the physical kind of helps emotional and vice versa. And same thing, the cognitive does help your emotional wellness. So like reducing anxiety, stress, depression. A big issue with older adults. Let me see if I can get my laser pointer. I can't really see it. A big issue with older adults, I can't see the laser pointer, is they are really worried about losing their memory, having any kind of mental decline, and even the physical health status. So keeping your brain active will help prevent that. Next slide is just a continuation. So increasing independence is also another concern for most older adults. So keeping that brain active will help keep your independence up. Now the decreasing focus on pain and increasing focus on control just goes in general for anyone who might be suffering from arthritis or fibromyalgia or any pain like that. So keeping your brain busy will help that. I apologize, the camera's not super steady. So I have activities for people who are not internet savvy. A lot of our older adults are not really internet savvy. So some of the people who are part of a younger generation really are getting used to the internet and doing things like that. So, but the people who don't want to use the internet, of course, you can have brain teasers, puzzles, things you can print out. Adult coloring pages are still a fairly new trend for people. So I'm offering to print those things out for them and maybe give them some coloring pencils. There's something called Poem in a Pocket where you can have some daily poems to read. I thought this planner was great. So what's really good for people to do right now, especially in isolation, even if you're not working or if you're retired or whatever, or you're home from work because of this virus, still having some kind of daily or weekly planner. So this does help your emotional health as well. I liked this planner. It's actually called the Happiness Planner. And this is a weekly one here, so you can do things per day. And the planner is really great because even if you don't have much to do, you can still write out your chores, you can write out what your other activities you're doing, exercise, what have you. Therapeutic journaling and creative writing, I have different writing prompts for that. So if anyone who wants resources, I'd be happy to send them to you. So now, the people who do like the internet, who are a little more internet savvy, you can learn a language for free on Duolingo.com. There's also an app. You can actually take free Harvard classes. They're not credited classes or working towards a degree, but they're still free classes. So really good for continuing education if you want to keep your skills sharp, your mind sharp. And then some other classes on this other website. I narrowed down some things that I think would be best for our residents. So online music and radio stations. This Lux Radio Theater seems pretty interesting. What I believe it is some archived radio things from 1934 to 1955. Podcasts, so most of you probably know what podcasts are. I did explain to the residents what they are for some who don't. Some really interesting ones there that they can log into on their computer. And of course, kind of the last one, I have a lot of links for these things that I found. So virtual museum tours, that's a screen grab of the Guggenheim, I believe. And you can actually click on it and look through. And same thing with the travel tours. You can click on them and then you get 360 views and you can kind of zoom in, zoom out, look around. There's things of different museums in England, in France. So I have a lot of links for those as well. So my resources or my sources here came from the International Council on Active Aging Activity Booklet. That's the website there. It's pretty long, so if anyone wants it, I will send it to you. And then that's my work line that I send to the residents who may not remember the phone number. So what I'm doing is offering to print out anything they want, any resources, or email them some links, and then I will deliver their printouts to their little mailbox outside their apartment. So just wanted to give this to anyone who does work with older adults, or even if you want to forward these things to your parents, grandparents, or even use them yourself. I honestly, if I had time, I would love to log into the Duolingo or the Harvard classes. Maybe eventually I will when I do have some free time. But these are some great free sources for people. So hope this helps anyone, and thank you for watching.